Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. And what else is there to do when you're laid up after being in the hospital for a whole week, but to catch up on some films? So I have some TV shows and I have some movies as well. Some first time watches, some only second time watches as well. Made myself a little bit of a list here so I don't forget anything. But let's get started right away. Now, first off is The Woman King with Viola Davis. Based on true events. Starts off a little bit slow, but when things pick up, they really start to pick up. The acting is pretty darn good in this film, guys, as well as the action sequences. Once the action starts, those are really on point. Some really great battle sequences in this film. So, The Woman King. Next up, one that I just watched on Hulu the other day, and I had to go ahead and pick it up. It just came in from Amazon, and that is Freelance with John Cena. This was entertaining. This was one that I missed out in the theaters. It wasn't in theaters very long last year, so I did miss out on it. But now I was able to pick it up. It was on Hulu. I caught it. I liked it, and I bought it. So, Freelance with John Cena. The Flash. Definitely better the second time around, guys. You're going to see there's another film in this list as well that is definitely better the second time around for me, and The Flash is one of those films. I didn't hate it when I saw it last year, but it didn't blow me away like it blew a lot of other people away. But this one was definitely one that needs to be seen on a second view. At least for me, it had to be seen a second time to really take it all in and really enjoy it. I think my expectations were so high when I saw it last time, when I saw it the first time, that it couldn't live up to the hype. I really wanted to see more out of Michael Keaton's Batman, and I think that's like my biggest letdown. I think Keaton's Batman and as well as Supergirl in the film, they could have been utilized a lot more to make this film even like more grander for me, and they just weren't. So that's why I think what really let me down the first time. But knowing that going into a second viewing, it was definitely a better viewing experience this time around. The Suicide Squad. This was one that it was not, I still enjoy David Ayers, unpopular, decision on my part, possibly, for a lot of movie fans, but I do enjoy David Ayers' Suicide Squad film better. But this one, the Suicide Squad, James Gunn's Suicide Squad, better on the second view. I did enjoy it a lot more. Again, there are things in this film that towards the end I didn't care for the first time around, but knowing that that's what's going to happen, definitely it was a better viewing experience this time around. So, The Suicide Squad. Haven't seen this one since it came out back in the very early 90s, but it gets a lot of crap, this film. But I really thought it was great. Is it as good as the first two films? No. But is it still a pretty enjoyable film? Yeah, of course. And that is Beverly Hills Cop 3 with Eddie Murphy. Saw this in the theater when it came out back in the day. And yeah, I enjoyed this one. I know it gets a lot of flack from people. And yeah, like I said, it's not as good as the first two, but it's still it's a fun film. It's Eddie Murphy just doing doing what he does best as Axel Foley. And did, definitely enjoy this one quite a bit. Now, surprise, surprise, because this is like a film that for me, I've mentioned it before, is like a 10 out of 10 superhero film. But this is only like the third time. This is like the third time that I've watched this film. And it just gets better every single time. And I had, like I said, a lot of time. And you need a lot of time to watch this film. And that is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Still love it as much as, as much as I did the first two times I saw it. And I love it even more the third time. But I had, 4.5, 5 hours to watch it. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to pop in Snyder's Justice League. So yeah, those are the films that I have physically that I watched. Now, I did check out some other things. I watched the this one hurts me because I really wanted to like this film. From the trailer, when I saw the trailer last year, I really wanted to enjoy it, guys, but I just couldn't. And that is Haunting of the Queen Mary. You can catch it on Hulu. This one just really disappointed. Alice Eve is in this film, and from the premise and the idea, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's cool. It's Queen Mary. It's has like a Halloween vibe to it, Halloween setting. Um, because it does flash back towards the past, toward the beginning of the Queen Mary, up to the present day, and those flashbacks are Halloween related. Man, guys, it was a chore. It was a true chore to get through this one, and it was a struggle. I made it, but I will never watch this film again. There were some there were some things that were, the gore in the film is definitely pretty good. That I think they definitely did a great job with. but the story is just not that great or that entertaining. And most of the time, I can be pretty forgiving, but this one just could not catch me. And like I said, it was a struggle to get through it. Now, I also did watch Axel F. Beverly Hills Cop 4 on Netflix. I enjoyed it. I think I'm not going to talk about it too much because I do want to talk about all four Beverly Hills Cop films. I've watched all four of them now in like the last month, so I do want to go back and do a little bit retrospective about all four films. So I'm going to hold off on my thoughts on Axel Foley, other than the fact I did enjoy it. That I will say, but anything else more, I will wait until I do my review. Batman Cape Crusader, definitely on Amazon Prime, animated series. It definitely has that feel of Batman the animated series. How is it? It's pretty good. Is it Batman the animated series? No, but I still think it's pretty enjoyable. I think the animation is fantastic. It's really, really great. Phenomenal stuff by DC Animation Studios. And I like, there are some changes. Granted, there are some character changes that some people might not like. They don't bother me as much. I think some people probably will be bothered by some of the changes. They don't really bother me. There's a change with Penguin, but it's done, the way that they do it is done well enough that you can overlook it and you can enjoy the show for what it is. Because Minnie Driver does the voice. There's the change in Penguin right there. Penguin is now a female. Minnie Driver does. I love Minnie Driver. She does the voice of Penguin. She is great as Walda Cobblepot. She does a great job. So because of that, I can overlook it. But yeah, I think the show's pretty good. I haven't exactly finished all. I think I have about 2 episodes left to go, and so far I've watched about 6 episodes, I think, and I've enjoyed every episode so far. It's definitely one you're gonna want to keep watching. The next episode, the next episode, the next episode. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what they're gonna do as the series continues to go. Now, I also did watch Jackpot. This one has John Cena, has Aquafina, Amazon Prime, just came out the other day, exclusive to Amazon Prime. What did I think? I think the chemistry, I think the story is, it's an interesting story. It takes place, a few years down the road in California. And basically, if you win this jackpot, everybody has a certain amount of hours they can actually hunt you down and kill you. And then they claim that jackpot. And John Cena is kind of like, he comes in and he's I'm not so much a mercenary, but he's a for hire kind of like bodyguard to protect Aquafina, who mistakenly she wins a jackpot, not even knowing like what she's won, and people start attacking her. But yeah, I think the best part of the film, like I said, it's not a bad film, but I think the best part of the film is the chemistry between Aquafina and John Cena. I think they play off each other just fantastically in this film, and I think that's definitely one of the shining lights to this one. But overall, I don't think it's a bad film. It's worth a watch, especially if you have Amazon Prime. It's definitely, if you have nothing else to watch, definitely check out Jackpot. It's not a bad film at all. Watch Dashcam on Hulu. This is one that was made a few years ago, Blumhouse Studios, and it's basically these two friends in England who set off on like a little bit of a road trip. And earlier in the day, it's a man and a woman, and earlier in the day, the woman, she picks up this elderly lady, um, who seems like she's in distress, like she needs help. And her and her friend, they want to have her, with them in the car as they make this road trip, and things just go crazy, absolutely bonkers. It can definitely, could be a little bit too much with the senses. Like the camera's all over the place. There's a lot of jumbling with the camera, but there is some crazy, crazy gore in this film. Some scary sequences in this film, but like I said, is it one that I would, highly recommend? I don't know if I would highly recommend this one. I think if you're looking for something a little different, if you want something like found footage style, done a little bit differently, and you have Hulu and, you can't find anything else to watch, then I would probably go ahead and say, check out Dashcam. But be warned, this film does take a while to get going. You're going to be sitting for at least a good half hour, maybe close to 40 minutes before things will really start to pick up. But once they start picking up, it's like nonstop. It's just go, 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 one after the other. And the characters are not the most likable characters in the world, but I think the horror sequences definitely make up for it in the film. So one last film that I did watch was called The Exorcist. So this one's put out by the Asylum. Not bad. It's listen. Is it low budget? For the most part. But I will say that the possessions are pretty good. Like the makeup and the special effects in it look pretty good, considering it's on a lower budget. Look pretty good, and I was entertained. I think like an hour and a half, maybe even like a little less than an hour and a half, maybe like an hour and 25 minutes film. But it picked up, and once it never slowed down. It picked up right from the start, and just did not stop right from start to finish, and that I can appreciate. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. I think I went pretty much through everything, guys. Everything that I, checked out in my downtime. So, a few rewatches, first, some first time watches. Definitely had, it definitely made recovery time a little bit more enjoyable. So, like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance, and I'll catch you in another episode. Take care.